Hi, in this video I'll be talking you through how to make a gorgeous fibre pom-pom. Your clover pom-pom maker has two teeth at each end which need to be opened up before you begin wrapping your yarn. Make sure the two arches of your maker are level. I start at the corner of each arch to make sure I'm completely filling the maker evenly, however you can start wrapping wherever you like. I'm using handspun yarn which gives a beautiful fluffiness to your pom-pom. This pom-pom is essentially a range of different materials and fabrics layered together to make a gorgeous multi-textural pom-pom. Cut the fibre ready to layer another material on top. This will help to give your pom-pom that gorgeous texture and variation of colour. I am holding the end of the yarn down with my finger and wrapping back over it, as you can see here. Remember to knot the end of your handspun merino fibre yarn when it's not in use, as the fibres will untwist themselves. I am now using net, but you can choose whatever fabrics or fibres you have to hand. Keep wrapping and layering each material over the top of the one before, and make sure you are keeping your tension consistent, not too tight but not too loose. To speed the process up, especially with bigger pom-pom makers, here I have grabbed two yarns and held them together to wrap at the same time. On its own, this technique will create a sprinkle of colour. I am making sure the two arches are level and then closing the pom-pom maker and repeating on the other side. You can wrap your yarn in the same order as you did the other side, which will create more of a symmetrical pattern. However, if you want to use a different range of materials, it's up to you. Here I am wrapping the net in one area, which will create a spotty effect once you cut the pom-pom. If you have started with a thicker fibre like I have, I like to follow up with a thinner yarn or material which can be overlapped in the gaps to create a lovely full pom-pom. As before, make sure the arch is completely full by checking there is a straight line between each end, and close the maker again. You can also cut the yarn once you have shut the clover maker and loop it in the gap. Each method works as the loose ends will be trimmed at the end anyway. Get your tying yarn ready. I'm using a regular acrylic yarn and folding it in half to make it stronger. When trimming your pom-pom, make sure you are holding the teeth down with your fingers, especially if your maker is packed with fibre. Make sure you have a pair of super sharp scissors to hand, but be extra careful. I'm cut along the groove in the middle of the pom-pom maker which sits in between the two teeth. Again, ensure you are holding the maker extra tight to keep all the fibres together. I have already positioned my tying yarn in the groove, but be careful not to trim it off. Then, once I have cut the other side, I can pull that tying yarn really tight in the centre of the pom-pom maker. Tie a normal overhand knot and pull it tight so it disappears into the centre of the maker. This is why I have doubled up this yarn, as a thin one would snap, as I need to make sure I am tying this knot really tight. I flip the maker around and tie another 2 knots, flip it back round and tie it twice again for good measure. You can leave this yarn, however I like to include a decorative hanging, so I trim the excess tying yarn off, ready for my ribbon. Place the ribbon in the same space and knot twice tightly. My favourite and best way to achieve a perfect pom-pom shape is to pull back one side of the maker and follow the guides of the white circle in the middle. Don't be afraid to cut off more than you think, however you can always go back over it at the end. When trimming the other side, make sure you hold the ribbon aside with one hand and then open up the other arches of the pom-pom maker. Repeat the same process until you are happy with a regular and even circular shape. These 2 circles of the maker can be pulled apart and rejoined, ready for your next pom-pom. Make any finishing touches like refining the shape or adding velvet bows, which can be tied to the hanging ribbon. Thank you for following our tutorial. This video also comes in pre-made kit form, which includes a range of different materials, fluffy yarn hand spun by us, and also written instructions showing a variation of pom-pom patterns. And if you're watching the video from the link in the kit, hi, it's lovely to have you here and thank you so much for your support.